Alright. How's it going, guys? I am starting a brand new Let's Play. I'm gonna go ahead and probably end up ditching my long play, and the reason for that is they've updated the game a few times now, and I want to restart, and I also would like to attempt to start voicing over. So we're gonna go ahead and start our playthrough. I'm gonna explain what we're gonna do here in a second. So, I'm gonna go ahead and change it to hard. Now, I haven't played on hard before, I've only played on normal, and I've done some custom modes. The only thing I want to change slightly, right? I want to even out the XP again. I want to keep the player taking more damage, and me dealing less. And then I'm also, one thing I've never done, I'm going to have it drop everything, including pals and items, to stay true to how the devs kind of intended it to play. And we're going to see how far we can get. So let's go ahead and customize some settings. We're going to go ahead and change EXP rate probably back to 1. And, I mean, pal capture rate, we're going to keep it the same. The EXP rate is really the only thing I have a concern about right here. So we're basically going to get one shot by everything. And that's okay. We're going to go ahead and turn up the maximum number of dropped items. That's going to allow us to have more on the ground at the same time. I'm not sure if that's going to even matter, but we're going to put it on anyway. We're going to keep everything else just how it is. We can keep raid events on, drop all items and all pals on death, which is what we want. 20 guilds doesn't matter. This will not be multiplayer. And we're going to go ahead and do max pals 20. So if you don't know, they fixed a lot of pathing with the pals itself inside your base, so that's including some of your larger pals, such as Yormintide and things in that nature. So you're going to be able to have them do tasks a little bit easier throughout your base without getting, stuck and begin starving and, perishing. So we're going to go ahead and start with just getting what I've done at least, quick character customized, I think. I don't want to, I've usually done, big arms because you do, crazy punching builds. We're probably going to keep this one closer to health, maybe some defense, and some work speed is kind of what I'm thinking right now. Yeah, no, maybe not. Oh, no, maybe not that one either. We'll just stick with the original here. Like these eyes. Do brown. It's my eye color. And why are the eyes jolting around? I don't know. Now we're going to look at the hair. We're just going to kind of do black hair. I don't have black hair, but part of me does not want to look for that custom swatch again. We're going to get the real edgy look going here. Once again, the black hair and looks almost like soulless eyes here. That's fine. We're going to go... Sure, I don't think the voice ever really matters to me, so we're going to go ahead and get into this. So we're going to have to play this pretty slow. And in that sense, I'm going to show as much as I can throughout this playthrough. Kind of teach as much as I can. I mean, I'm going to learn plenty. I know an okay amount about the game. I have a good amount of hours in it now. I've let it sit for a few updates now, so I'm kind of playing it fresh with a brand new take on how everything's going to work inside your base. I'm calling the world Paltopia, so if you're curious, Paltopia, I'm kind of basing it around some of the things I've seen, where I would like just to have a really, really big and nice, cohesive base. And what I mean by that is it makes sense. The base itself is going to be functional, and yet it's going to have an aesthetic to it. It's almost going to be like a town for my pals. So we're going to kind of take that route. And first, we're going to start with what I always do. And it's just going to be running around and collecting some of these resources on the ground. Basically, skip a lot of the first part of the game, but also kind of give us a boost so we can get ahead of nighttime. I am worried about nighttime because a lot of the pals that spawn at night seem to have an aggro on you by default when you're in range. So I'm hoping that I don't get just one shot at nighttime. So I have to be very, very careful running around at night. So we've collected... we could use a bit more. We're going to kind of move on. I'm not going to build... I've seen a lot of like starting bases up here on this hill, and although that is a really, really good spot, there are a couple other places that I want to explore for the first base. And I say the first base because Paltopia won't necessarily be created off my first base, but it will probably be the second or third. My first two will end up being, I would say, probably closer to resource bases, such as wood or ore or coal, you know, the dreaded refined ingots and such. We're going to have to solve that problem for later. But that's an issue that we don't have to worry about right now. Finding that Pal sphere is big, by the way. You can find a few of those on your path down towards the other fast travel, towards the first Rain Syndicate tower. This will allow you to catch some pals without having to craft any of the balls first, so you can use all your resources on other things. So we have two chances. It's probably smart to get something soon. So we're going to look for a good candidate to kind of be our sacrificial pal here, just to kind of help us through the early game. And as much as I want to choose a Chicopee, I think I'm going to go with Cativa because of their versatility. Although I'm a big Chicopee fan, I've tried challenges with it that have failed. Is there any? There is a level 1, so we're going to go for the level 1 in hopes that I can either just catch it without attacking, or I can do this and not die. Because I have little confidence in myself. So where did the level 1 go? He's disappeared. Huh. Okay. No, that's fine. I wanted a level 2 anyway. So this one's alone, which is good. 25%. I'm going to do that just to initiate combat and hope. Nope. Alright, so we're fighting. Now, Cativa's a pretty easy one to dodge in the sense that he just does his wind-up. As I'm going to sit here and take more damage from him. But he does... Ow. He just does this wind-up non-stop. At this point, he's actually just going to kill me. Alright, so that's a good start. Okay. I'm learning. And what I've learned is that on hard mode, it's probably best to craft some weapons first. So we're going to do that before we go ahead and try and capture a pal. Or I could just not be bad, but that seems like a lower probability than crafting some gear. So we're going to get our items back. Luckily we didn't drop anything too important other than one ball, which we could use and get lucky. We don't have a glider, so we have to do this carefully. I don't know what that was. I wanted to roll to the other rock. Oh. Hey, you know what? I'll take that. Climb down here. Get down to where it won't do any damage. And we're back. Like, nothing ever happened. There is a level 1 Chicopee, and at this point... Oh, I just stored them into there. Okay. And at this point, I feel like I might... It's only 28%. That's just not worth it. We're going to go build probably a makeshift weapon. I know we have a level, but I'm going to wait to spend those for a second. And I think we're going to make the base kind of near the Rain Syndicate tower itself. And now that we're running out of encumbrance, we're going to go ahead and start setting that up. Make some gear so we can catch some things, because right now it's just not seeming like it's going to happen. So I'm going to try, since I have 2 balls again, I'm going to try and just do a quick catch and hope it works. I have 28%. If we can't catch it, that's 1. Okay, so that is unfortunate. And he's probably going to come at me. Oh, they're both coming at me. Well, that's fine. I'll just keep walking away from the angry chicken. It doesn't seem like he's gonna give up, though. You know, I don't like that his buddy's following him. And I feel like I'm... Hey. No, none of that. Luckily, okay, these guys, their attacks... is pretty easy to dodge just by walking. Except I don't do any damage to that level 3 with my fists. Maybe the level 1? I mean, he's... Ow. I'm good. I'm just gonna run. It's just not worth it at this point. Look at that thing. He's gonna end my life. I'm just gonna keep walking like I do not hear them. Maybe they'll make this mammal rest angry. Oh. Good. I'm safe. So anyway, we're gonna go ahead and get some of this tutorial stuff out of the way as much as we can. You know, what if? Now hear me out. What if I caught this? Now I'm probably stretching it, and that's fine. But I'm getting rid of stuff just in case I actually need to run. We have 0.01%. Well, could you imagine? Okay, I'm out of here. No, I'm sorry, sir. Uh-oh. No. I had bad experience with that move. Well, he just slammed nothing. It's alright. He'll de-aggro soon, and it's like it never even happened. Uh-oh. I wanted that ball, but he's kind of... Oh, no, he's on the move. Oh, we gotta go. Well, are you done? No, he's not done. Now, I could have swore he calls off before that, but he's following me for quite a long time. That would have killed me. That will definitely kill me. Alright, and he's done. He just had to throw a little temper tantrum real quick. So anyway, we're going to keep going where we were originally headed to, and that is going to be where we're going to make the base. So... Oh, actually, I'm going to do this and run. Because I'm going to get a couple things early. That's a 14. I'll take the 14. It's probably not going to catch, but a Fox Parks would be pretty big here. Oh, that's actually massive. Nope. Rip. Run. Go. It's no longer safe here. He's looking. No way he... Okay. Can you imagine he just snipes me with that? Well, that egg made me encumbered. He's trying. Oh. I mean, I want to go in here, but not yet. Oh, no, he's coming. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Why do I keep encumbering myself and making this more difficult than it needs to be? I just want that. Wait, I don't even think I grabbed the other one. Up top. Oh, well. I'll figure it out. So we're going to head and grab a couple of Lift Monk effigies so we can get our capture power increased as soon as possible to make some of these catches a little easier. Well, that didn't use that much stamina getting over here, so that's nice. We're going to just go ahead and head back. I'm sure that Fox Parks has forgiven me by now, so he can deal with it. I think it was a she, but we are going to make our way towards the Rain Syndicate Tower, which is right over there in that direction. We will use that base area because it has ore, it has rocks, it has Paldium fragments, and then right across there's a few other things that I'll show you guys too if you don't know already. The Abandoned Church or the Desecrated Church, I can't remember its exact name, but it is a really good spot for an early on iron farm. Also a black marketeer kind of near that area. So we're still pal-less, and we need to figure out this issue without dying. I'm just going to let them do their own thing. I'm going to kind of mind my own business. I think I'm going to go for the Fox Parks again, though. I'm liking my odds. I got one ball, and I'm going to waste it, but here we go. Now, he's either going to break out here. All right, so he broke out here. And he's kind of stuck in the wall, so I'm actually not too concerned about him. I'll just keep walking away. I know they fixed the charge attacks getting pals stuck into the walls, but it seems like you can still partially glitch them in using pal spheres, which is a little annoying. So we're going to set up down here. The only reason I set up down here is these stone and the trees. It's also a really good spot to get to the Rain Syndicate Tower. Now that I'm rethinking it, no, I do like it down here. We're going to do it down here. So I'm going to get our primitive workbench down, which we also need to learn how to make a Pal box. Let's go ahead and do that first. In our technology, we'll get the Pal box, Pal sphere, campfire, wooden chest, repair bench. The wooden structure set will be useful. I'm going to be kind of picky on what I pick here. So cloth will need the beds. Now, I might as well, because I have the points, although I don't use range until guns that much in this game. So we'll go into here, our crafting, and we're going to build our Pal box, and we're going to look at the radius that it gives us. So it's banking out over there. It's going to get... I want it to get these rocks and trees, so I'm going to put it over here for now. And let's go ahead and get that built. So the reason I want to build some of my work speed is to speed a lot of this stuff up. You can do a lot of stuff on your own at your base, which actually can help you with like a massive XP spike in terms of cooking. So what I'm going to do is get my primitive workbench and repair bench. I need to craft some armor and a weapon, preferably. And that will allow me to go back out and hit something low enough to catch it. Because so far, we've leveled up once, maybe twice, and have caught nothing. So I'm trying to figure out what I want my first thing to be, and it's probably going to be back in the first area just because I'm a little too scared to fight anything over here. Other than Fox Parks. I think I could do Fox Parks, but level 6 is still a little iffy. So we're going to finish this up. I did the longer one first, but you know what? I got it out of the way. So now we only got to wait 5 seconds for this. And because we don't have much we can do, but we're going to get the club. That will help. We need preferably actually a lamb ball so we can get armor going. That might be the smart thing to do. And I'm pretty sure, if I remember correctly, they can craft. We're going to make all of our tools here so we can go harvest some resources. Although, probably going to have our pals do most of that for us because we're going to be a little busy surviving. Raids, I have a feeling, are going to be a little bit more intense. If you get caught off guard, I think it's going to get a little difficult. Especially with the high levels that they can spawn. We did level twice, and I think I'm going to start... I don't want to do carry weight, although I agree it's very important. And I think that work speed... honestly, work speed and carry weight are probably, in my opinion, some of the better stats to raise. Although carry weight has a bunch of different ways around it, such as, you know, Mammo Rest. Or not Mammo Rest, sorry. King Paka and things like that. Kativa will raise it for each one that's in your party. So there's plenty of ways around the carry weight. So we're going to go ahead and start by just dumping both of these into work speed. And that will allow us to craft things a little bit quicker. We need some wood because I want to make a chest before we go back out. We're going to grab some wood just around the ground. That's all we need. And we can get some of this stuff off of us. We can carry a little bit more. Alright, let's get the chest down. We're going to move this later, but this is just going to be temporary for now. I just need a place to have all this. I'm going to go ahead and store everything but our food. And let's... Ooh. It might be getting close to nighttime. So we might want to just gather some resources and build a little hut so we can sleep and get through the first night. So I do not want to mess with the night until I get some armor, maybe some weapons, and, you know, a pal so I can actually fight would be nice. I'm going to gather some wood. And I did not touch the health multiplier or how much you get from each, so we're going to be doing quite a bit of grinding on camera because I'm going to try and keep this as close to a long play as possible with commentary. So I'm not going to do much editing. I'm going to keep this pretty raw and just have it be me with you guys and enjoy this game because this is probably one of my favorite games in a long time. And I'm not just saying that because of the hype. My channel has started with Pokemon. I've been a Pokemon fan my entire life. And when this game was announced, I thought of it just as a joke, and maybe it might be something looking into, but ultimately probably a project that would just be abandoned. And it came out and it took the world by storm, and I've been enjoying every second of it. It did have its issues, that's why I've been waiting for things to be fixed, because I do enjoy this, and popular to... where despite like what everyone thinks, or what most people think, I was a personal enjoyer of Craftopia, which is another project by this company, Pocket Pair. And I can see a lot of the elements from, you know, Craftopia put into this. And it's nice and refreshing to see, because it wasn't too much of a change for me coming over to it. But then you add everything else that it does on top. And I just think it has this certain thing going for it that not a lot of games do, and you have a lot of freedom in what you can do and how your world is shaped, kind of similar to like Minecraft in a way. There's a lot of restrictions, obviously, compared to Minecraft, but I would say that you're thrown into this and that's it, you know? The story is as fast as you want it to go. Your base is how you want to make it. You can make it any design you want. There's plenty of mods coming out now that will help increase, like, you know, some of your like building capacities and your border limits, height limits, things like that. If you guys want to check those out, you can. That's a great option to expand on the game and kind of clean up some of the quality of life stuff you wish could be different. But as of right now, I think they're on the right track, and with their most recent updates, I genuinely believe that they are headed in the right direction, the direction that the public wants, and it's just something new, and it's a dev team that, to me, cares about what the community wants. It seems like they're receptive. I'm hoping as well, it's not related to Palworld, but I'm hoping to start, you know, maybe a Helldivers kind of series. I'm not sure exactly which route I want to take that yet, but Helldivers has been another game that I've been enjoying, although I can't... They have had their issues as well, and I don't think they're being handled as quickly or as well as this, so I'm kind of waiting for that as, you know, at the same time. I decided to jump back into this because the most recent update fixing a lot of pathing and other issues that I personally had complaints about, things that were stopping me from playing. And I decided, hey, you know, I'm going to come back, I'm going to start recording, I'm going to actually record my voice, I'm going to give, you know, the content at least a little bit more depth, rather than it just being, you know, the game, which is great, the gameplay, and it could be soothing just to listen to, you know, the background noise and everything. Sometimes it just helps to have that voice there as well, to kind of keep you engaged. And I know I got distracted there, but I ran all the way back, realized that, oh, I said I was going to make a little house so I could sleep, because it is most definitely becoming evening. So we're going to get this little cottage that I make every time to start, just so we can put a bed in here. And that completes... oh, our shelter. And this should allow us to upgrade our base a bit in advance later on, once we finally catch a pal, which 20 minutes in and we still don't have one. So we're going to go change that in the morning. Let's make some balls so we have a few more chances. I can make 7. So we're going to make 7. And we're going to roll with this as best we can, see what we can come back with. I'm hoping Fox Parks would be nice for cooking, Cativa, and Lamb Ball. I'm looking for 3 specifically for just exactly what they do. I will need something that waters eventually, but as of right now, don't need it. I have food, no berry plantation, so... well, it seems like this one has kindly volunteered itself to the program. Its friend is swimming, so... Hey! Okay, that also does nothing. Alright, so it's shooting at me from the water. Oh, alright, and I'm almost dead. So that was a terrible idea. Okay, lower levels are definitely going to be what I have to go for here. Because it's seeming like even level 5 is going to be... like, they don't want to take much damage. I'm, like, narrowly avoiding all of these shots. Okay. Well, now that that's over, I'm, like, always just so tempted to throw it at something and just hope to catch it. I have enough balls. You know what? Nope, never mind. So, they followed me. I did not expect them to follow me here. I'm not gonna lie. Oh. Well then. So anyway, we're gonna respawn and make our way back to base. At least we died at our base. So, all of our stuff is here. There. It's like, oh, I sorted it. It's like it never even happened. I saw that combat pop back up, and I genuinely thought he was coming for me again. So I'm just going to try and sleep and forget about them for now. Now we are able... What did I level up from? Dying? It does take skill, I will say. So now we're going to increase... I feel like I'm actually going to go for health, which is something I don't usually do in anything other than hard mode, I guess, because it genuinely seems like if I'm not going to raise my health, they're just going to burn through my armor. As soon as that armor durability is gone, I'm in trouble. I'm beginning to realize how hard boss fights will be. Certain things that weren't necessarily easy in normal mode, but they definitely weren't difficult. So it's going to be pretty interesting to see how those develop now. I'm going to run back up to the start, look for some low levels along the way, but most importantly, I'm going to go grab that Lift Monk effigy that I had previously, I believe, skipped over. Because I think I ran around the wrong direction. Or I just missed it, which that's probably most likely the case. So I'm looking for... Level 3 is pushing it. The level 3 scares me. But it is running away from the other one, so I might... Yeah, I'm just going to take advantage of that. Okay. Its co-partner did not notice. Oh, I framed it. Okay, so I swear he's just not taking damage sometimes. Alright, that's not it. That's not going to work either. Oh. Okay, so we got lucky. And we're going to take that, because that's going to let us do a few more things than just die over and over again to a pal that is level 3. Here it comes. Oh, you be quiet. I thought he was aggroed on me for some reason, but he's not. So we have a Fox Parks now. We do have something to at least help us maybe not take all of the aggro from whatever we're trying to get. There is a level 1 Lamb Ball. Perfect. That's what I'm looking for. Kativa and a Lamb Ball now is what I would like to come back with. Being Fox Parks will be the one in my inventory for now, because I believe its PAL equipment is worth it for the first while. I actually don't like that I'm still as low health as I am. I'm not going to fight these Lamb Balls, or you're going to see me get killed once more. So we're going to run up and look for that effigy while we heal. We'll find the Lamb Ball or Chickapea. No, we don't really need Chickapea. They're good for eggs, but we don't need eggs for a little bit. Not until we need cake. And that will be a whole nother thing when we start breeding pals. There it is. I knew I didn't grab it. So usually I would have grabbed it because I would have made a base down here. But we'll go grab it now, and we should be healed at least a little bit, or enough to maybe hurt a level 1 and get it to a catchable position. I think we got pretty lucky with the level 3, so we'll utilize that to get them low if we need to. I do think, yep, that's another ball. So we're going to look for the, yep, there you are. That's exactly what I wanted to see. Come here. Nope, stop it. Stop. Go. Okay, so he didn't really attack, but I think they fixed the command attack aggressively. Yes, they did. Which is a great thing as well, by the way. So it will just attack anything kind of at will now, while it's on attack aggressive. So we're going to kind of let it get some XP while these Kativas are kind of hard focused on me. It seems like just one. But we did catch one. That is a runner, so that's a pretty good start, actually. We're going to see how Foxparks does against these. Seems to be having no issue. We're going to take that, just because it's an extra worker. He still is on a command attack aggressively, so just so you can see how that works. It reminds me of like Pokemon Scarlet and Violet, where you have your auto battle mode. Now you can command it to attack aggressively, and it's just going to kind of attack anything in range that it can. So as you see, like if we run up to this Lamb Ball over here, he's going to engage it and take the aggro immediately. This is a big fix for me. I really enjoyed what they did with this, because I think it just allows you to have a little bit more control over how you can engage your battles. So we did get a Lamb Ball. We got 2 Kativas and a Foxparks. We're doing a little bit better than I thought I would be. So I'm going to see if I can catch just a little bit more. I got 4 more spheres. Just kind of get as much XP as possible right now. So I'm just going to let him attack what he wants here. Get some XP, make some easy catches, and we'll move back and go set some things up at the base. He's waiting. Seems like he waits to see if he's going to break out, which is actually kind of nice. I do like that as well. This is really good actually right now for getting a lot of these catches done. He's doing perfect. Honestly, it would not be bad to get a chicken here, so I'm not sure if he's in kill range here. No, he was not. Sick. Here comes the next one. We have one more ball, I think. Honestly, I think a Gummoss would be a good one to get last. I did get an Artisan Chickapee, also another really good trait to get. Alright. He's having trouble. I don't know why he's throwing his fireball straight into the ground. I don't know if that's because it's a downhill thing. He's just struggling with the angle, but I'm going to help him with this Chickapee. There we go. Alright, let's go find a Gummoss. I was debating between a Gummoss or a Pangolin, but I believe Pangolit's going to do some more damage to me. I do want to kill as many of these as possible so I can get wool and be able to make some armor. Okay. How about you attack on the other side of the rock? Yeah. No. So as you can see, some things are still not perfect. And if I start attacking, is he going to fix himself? No, he's really not. Well, I've angered the other ones, so maybe because I did that, you're not going to hit him from there, are you? Surely not. Anyway, I don't know how he did that, but yeah, I'm just going to leave. I need a Gummoss. Either that or a Vixie would be good, if that's what it's called. I can't remember that either. But that would... Oh! Alright, well now we have 2 balls, so we can be a little bit more... Let's go Cremis. Cremis! Oh no. Alright, Foxparks is struggling quite a bit with this whole fighting thing. Oh my! Alright, I take it back. Now he's just turned into Chris Kyle. Oh, alright. Hey. Alright, this Cremis is being difficult. We're gonna go off that 70% chance. Alright, I've missed, and now I gotta go. And hopefully it doesn't kill me. It's dead. Alright, so it was a little unfortunate. Ow. Alright, now I'm being hit from a bunch of different angles. Which is fine, as long as Foxparks gets his stuff together and comes over here to save me. He took out the Cremis. And he's working on that. Sick. Okay. I shouldn't do that right now. I'll eat after. So I don't get why he sometimes misses and then other times he's just sniping him. Oh well. Okay, now he's attacking a level 11 Nightwing. Why? I don't know. It just seems like he's gonna get murked. Oh no. The funny thing is, they're about even on health, as I was saying before you... Okay. The downfall to using attack aggressively is sometimes they might be too aggressive in who they're attacking. So we're gonna go get our stuff and go back to base. We don't have anything else other than just being able to maybe get some XP from killing, maybe some loot, but I do think we have some things we can make that are gonna help do our further exploring sessions a little bit easier. Let's go get our pals back and our weapons. And we'll head back home and get some other stuff set up, and I think it'll probably be where we call it for today. But the next time you guys see this series, it's going to be a lot more leveling up. It's going to be a lot more interesting. This just has to be a little bit slower, just the start of any game. I kind of have a little strategy to speed up the early game, but obviously there's only so much I can do with that. Especially playing on hard, this will be a little bit slower of a series. I'm going to want to catch everything. I want to complete all of the entries. So, for example, in your pal deck, when you catch a pal, you can get a catch bonus up until 10 captures. Each catch bonus gives you more XP. So until you get 10 of them captured, it's worth catching them. What I want to do is complete every entry with every pal, but I want them caught 10 times. So I want them all registered. I want max research, or I want my technology tree maxed. I have a couple goals, those being kind of the main. Obviously, the other goal will be catch any mythic/legendary pal, if that's how you want to define them. So I need to catch all of those in any variants, including the rumored ones to come out, the leaked ones that are on their way or in development. And I would like to also beat all of the towers. And might come up with some more challenges throughout, but those are kind of the main ones. I really, really want to get through this game 100%. While on hard mode, because I do believe it adds a very, very, I wouldn't say like steep learning curve, but it makes you play this game a lot more conservative, which if you play this on easy or even normal, it kind of feels like a Legends Arceus vibe. You know, you're just kind of running around, throwing balls at whatever, hoping it catches. You know, you can tank damage because it's not that important to you. You don't... I usually played where you wouldn't lose items or anything on death. I wasn't a big fan of it. But now I'm realizing that it might just add this next level of caution that I need. Unless I want to go grab all my stuff from a dangerous situation, I should probably, you know, think about how to go about it as safely as possible. So we're heading back. I have all my pals back, which is perfect. A lot of them are even at level cap because of my level. So we need to get going on some of our base stuff now. Some of our automation and some of our XP, so we can kind of get an advantage on this first area. Because I'm assuming without a very strong PAL to be built, the first tower is going to be a pretty difficult one, probably up until maybe level 15, 20. And I only say that because I've experienced it, at least on some where they have more damage or I take more damage, and basically it's like a one-shot thing. So I either just need to get good and learn how to dodge better, or have something that's so strong that it has no choice but to win. Now that we're back, I can get my campfire down for food, specifically to cook berries. You'll see why in a second, if you have the work speed for it, why it would be a little beneficial. So what we're going to do now is get our... I want to say our runner Kativa is probably the best. To get in the base first. And we're going to take this for now. But we need to get it to bed, which is doable. build this bed, and we're going to take a look at what else we're going to need later on, because I believe we can level up our base here. Yep, base level 2 and even base level 3. Sick. So now we need a feed box and a straw pal bed, but we need 3 of those, which that I would say can be done, but it can't yet. So we're going to work with what we can for now, and what we can do is go mining, or getting trees, because we can't do anything else. So obviously until I get things that can chop wood, this location is only good for stone, for something that can mine. And as soon as I get something that can cut trees, then I'll at least have some of these trees being harvested, you know, whenever it's available. So on top of the actual workstations that they can have, like the logging camp or the mine, this will just kind of be a little bit extra for them to grab and transport. Keep things moving, keep things busy. This base obviously will be destroyed in the future, but it's going to give us a really, really good start for now and allow us to climb pretty high above this first area and level. And I think that's going to be about the only way we have a decent chance here. I'm also struggling to collect a good amount of fiber right now to make all of these pal beds, but we'll get there. And just collect a couple more trees. I can actually show you guys with this one. So you see 2 trees like this. This is like one of my favorite things, to just kind of move your camera back and forth between the trees. It's just a way to harvest, obviously, more things at once. But there are a few, you know, things around the map, such as trees or rocks, that actually do spawn very, very close together. I've even seen iron ore spawn like that, in which you can, you know, just move your camera left and right like this to be able to speed farm both of them. And usually, obviously it gets you about the same, but you're going to feel like you're doing a little bit more, and that you're getting it done a little bit faster as well. Well, our axe is damaged, so that's the end of that. I think we might just have enough for 2 more beds. Yep. He's going to start mining, which is perfect. I don't have to worry about it. We're going to get these buildings. We can put 2 more things here and get them working. I'm thinking a lamb ball and maybe another Kativa for now, because I don't think it's worth putting the chicken in yet. We're going to do was burly body. Defense, that might be decent for here. That's... And dainty eater's also pretty good for here. Those aren't bad pulls. Alright, so we have 3, and we should be able to... No, we will in a second when I research it, because we haven't been here for a bit, and we have 12 points to look through. We can get our feed box, the cloth outfit, which is massive. We will need the shield, the ranch, parachutes, and let's do the berry plantation for now. The spear, I'm not going to depend on my own melee combat for a little bit, because I think getting close and personal with them is just a great way to get killed off rip. Let's get our feed box down so they can have some snackies. Get all of that in there. I'm going to take... Well, no, I'll take all of these. So I'm going to show you now what I mean by boosting your XP just a little bit. We actually can upgrade now to level 4, which we do need a berry plantation and then 1 more pal working. I'm not going to do that yet until I get something that can plant and water. I don't see any need to have that down right now. So what I'm going to do... As much as I would like to make the ranch right now... No, I'm going to continue that. As much as I would like to make the ranch right now, that's exactly what I'm going to do. Because I would like wool to be beginning to be harvested constantly. And that will allow me to catch a Vixie, and then that will find Pal spheres for me, if you didn't know. Now you do. If you put a Vixie in your base with a ranch, you'll get gold, sometimes arrows, and sometimes Pal spheres. And for the early game, that is the best thing you could ask for, in my opinion. I'm going to keep cutting down some trees here, get enough for that ranch, and then hopefully have enough to make our armor and our shield. But we're going to probably need some Palladium. Luckily, I will show you why I picked this spot in a second. But for example, like here's another thing where I can go left to right, and just be able to hit 2 trees basically from the same spot. I've found a lot of ways to make this easier on myself. And while being over encumbered, I can actually talk about something that was one of my favorite additions in the most recent patch. And I will use the cooking as the perfect example for it. So give me 1 second. Let me organize and get everything in here, because I want to show you what I mean. So if you go into your settings now, your game settings, I got lost. Hold to toggle interaction is now in here. It's off by default. So basically, I can show this to you. If we start cooking our berries, max, we would originally have to hold, right? And that's not terrible, especially if you get the work speed, but it can get a little annoying. It brings you back to the day with like the rubber band and your joystick and etc. But now, when you go into your options, you can go to that game settings and you can turn on your hold to toggle interaction. Apply that, and now you just have to hit F once and you're working. So this is a big addition in my opinion, because what I like to do is you can see each baked berry is going to give you a set amount of XP. So when you combine that, oh, I wasted a sphere. But when you combine that with something that cooks, like a level 3 cooking, or for instance, it'll just be Fox Sparks for now, you're going to cook them a little bit quicker. And as you can notice, you're just going to get a steady stream of XP. Obviously, when you have more work speed, I'll show this as well when I can. When you have more work speed in something that's better at cooking, you're going to see that XP flying up. Like, it looks really satisfying. But it's a really, really good way to level up low-level pals and to just kind of give you a little bit bonus XP, because after a while of having berry plantations, you're inevitably going to have more than you need. So what you can do is, in turn, cook a bunch of your berries, like 300 in one of your good kitchen things, and you're good. And get a bunch of XP from it. I'm going to let him cook it for now instead of me doing it, because I also want to do something else. And that is to make some cloth. And it's going to allow us to make our armor, which is going to be very crucial in this situation. It allows us to at least make one piece and hopefully a shield. I might be missing some things on the shield, but we will see. Okay, so it is just the Palladium. So that's not an issue, because I can show you now why this is one of my favorite spots. When you need it, along this entire lake and up, you can see them going along, there is Palladium fragments. And up across this river, it's hard to see from over there, but over that direction, there's actually a big, like, rock surface of a bunch of these clustered up. So if you don't want to go constantly mining in a dungeon, you know, the big Palladium chunks, then these are a pretty good option. Because you go hit enough of these, although it's not the most convenient with how much they give, it's going to be... And I think it might be a little bit lowered on hard with how much you get. I can't remember. It's not something I changed. I went ahead, like I said, the only thing I wanted was the XP changed. And I think it's about to get... Not that I think. It's going to get nighttime. I would just really like to make this shield as the last thing I do before wrapping this up. I'm going to grab a couple more. They're really not giving me that many. That has to be lower. Because I could have swore I got much more than that. 2 from each? I don't think so. So it looks like we are going to have to either make it from stone, which is probably the way we're going to do it, or go farm dungeons, which inevitably we will, because it does drop necklaces that can raise your work speed, defense, etc. So we're going to want those to kind of improve on our build. I'm going to send Fox Sparks back to keep cooking. I'm going to make my shield, probably finish up that cooking, and we will call it. I think next time we're going to work a little bit harder on catching a bit more, getting more of that catch bonus, just getting my level up a bit more. In addition to increasing the base, the size of it, how much is working here, and get things actually being produced properly. We've got everything that we need other than the Pal spheres right now, which we're not going to be too concerned on that for now. We'll worry about that later. It is bedtime for them, which is... I'm telling you, it's about as perfect timing as it can get in here in a second. I'm going to go ahead and help finish these up, and we're going to call it then. I'm going to go ahead and say now, if you guys enjoy this, let me know. It's something that I'm going to enjoy doing. This game is something I really enjoy playing. I've had a couple people on the long plays, you know, say, hey, can we get commentary? So I'm going to kind of feed into that ideology, and I really hope that the commentary on these videos keeps you a little bit more interested. Kind of gives you a bit more motivation to click into these and kind of enjoy the content that I'm going to be putting out. So I'm going to say stay tuned for not only more Palworld in this series, but also stay tuned for maybe Helldivers. I do play Overwatch. If you guys are interested in Overwatch videos, let me know. Recently, Coral Island, I'm not sure if you know about that, but it's like a Stardew game. It has a bunch of updates coming out. That might be something I look into posting. I have a lot of ideas in the works. I have a lot of things going on in my life. Things might get crazy. They might get busy. But I'm going to try and stick to as, you know, constant of a schedule as I can. I really hope you guys enjoyed this video. I'm going to put as much effort as I can into making these long plays from now on. So, for instance, this one, I want them to all be almost like a podcast where you can throw it on, you can watch the game, learn some things, or you could just sit and listen to me talk mindlessly for an hour or so. And I have no problem with that. Some people do just enjoy listening to people talk. And luckily, I think I can ramble sometimes, so I think that might help me in this situation. But I do get spacey. Mind goes everywhere, so since this is uncut, you're gonna hear a lot of, you know, my thought process behind everything, which I'm not ashamed of. We made those berries. It leveled us up, but it probably got us about half XP. Not as great as I was thinking, but it lets us unlock a couple more important things before we call it. We're gonna grab the Statue of Power and the Pal Gear Workbench. We're gonna get Foxpark's Harness because Flamethrower. And let's go ahead and get the Hanging Trap for now. We might use that for some things. I'm not 100% sure yet. Spend our stat points. We're going to go for some work speed here this time. Since we put 2 in there, I think I want to stick to like maybe 2 and 2, the health and work speed. Now that we've done that, we have a pretty good base. We have some tools. I have my shield, my cloth outfit, which I genuinely don't think these two are going to save me from much. The shield will probably take 1 hit for me. That's about it. So, now we are going to wrap this episode up. I will be looking in the comments for a name. If we want to name anything in the party. So obviously the one thing that's staying now is going to be Foxparks. I'm a big fan of Foxparks, so if you guys have any name ideas, leave them in the comments. If you would leave a like, I would greatly appreciate it. Hey, if you don't like it, leave me a dislike. Let me know. Let me know why in the comments. I would love the constructive criticism. So, if you guys give me a name, hopefully you can choose it in the next few videos. I'll leave it blank for now. Just keep it Foxparks. But I would like to name some pals after some subscribers. I think that would be fun. Eat some food, and I think we are going to call it here. All right. Well, I hope you guys have an amazing day, an amazing night, whatever time it is for you. I hope you accomplish whatever you can, whatever you're going for. I hope it goes well for you. If you guys like the video, just leave a like, leave a dislike, let me know why. You know, give me some constructive criticism. And until then, I'll see you guys in the next one. See ya.